Hello and welcome to the Lab, a Minecraft podcast where we explore, experiment, and theorize about all things Minecraft. I am MinerThoughts, and with me, once again, is my co-host, my brother from down under, the Troj. Good morning, Troj. How are you? Are you awake yet?
Good morning.
This is the earliest I think we've recorded. Maybe.
Ever. Yes. I have real life commitments today. I was like, Miner, we got to do this as early as possible. But yes, we're here. We're happy. We're awake and underwhelmed from my perspective.
Well, you shouldn't have stayed up so late in Australia watching Minecraft live.
Look, I know I said last week that I was not going to stay up to watch it, but I was still awake at 2. I couldn't get to sleep. It's like, well, this only starts in like an hour's time. I may as well stay awake. So
Yeah. Well, it wasn't live. I mean, so you could have watched it later. I mean, it's obviously not live.
Yeah, not anymore. I think that's, for me, is one of the things that's it's lost its charm. Not having the whole live thing, but anyway,
it's kind of lost its, you're right. It's lost its charm as a live event. When I first tuned in to watch it, after the fact, I was like, why are they still using this? Why are they still using the live format? It could use a renaming, a refresh.
Yeah, look, it's essentially a premiere.
Yeah,
it's a pre-recorded video released as a premiere, but it is what it is. They've got a Minecraft Live brand thing that's it's a known thing, known event. So yeah, I get why they stick with it. It is what it is.
The production value of it has gotten better, so I do appreciate that. So me personally,
look, I get it, but it's sort of. I remember back to the last Minecraft Live they did where it was like 3 hours for 5 minutes or 10 minutes of thing. And we were all saying, oh, it's too much for what we, when we go back to the last time it was Minecraft Live, when it was live, I remember us always saying, it was like 3 hours of an event and we got like maybe 15 minutes of goodness out of it, like what was coming. And to me, watching this one this time, again, it felt like it's getting the same way. Like we had half an hour of content and literally maybe 5 minutes of here's what's coming new. Like they gave us all the Copper Age stuff, which we all knew, and then like 3 things that is coming in the next drop. Yeah. I think this is like one thing that's wrong with the drop system is when it comes to like these big announcement things, it's too small. Like, right. I don't know. It's just, I miss the days of here is this big thing that's coming and, here's the deep dark and we're doing caves and cliffs and we're doing the nether update. And you're left going, oh, wow, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be great. I miss those days. I miss that hype.
Yeah. I thought the same thing, but I also thought, man, this is going to be 4 drops in 1 year. And I've seen things being said on both sides, whether it's a good thing, and some are saying it's too small of drops. They're too small, and they'd rather them be packaged into something bigger. But I get it. These things that we're seeing that the drops are, for the most part, other than working out the bugs, they're almost complete features. So, I mean, I get it, but we've said it many, many, many times on this podcast that we just cannot predict what Mojang's going to do. I mean, we've had these confirmed. I'm doing air quotes, confirmed leaks, some a lot of these were confirmed. So, but at the same time, I don't really play into them. And I don't know if that's how they're keeping the hype going for the next drop. I don't know. Oh, I don't know how to feel.
Yeah. Like you look at the drops as an example, right? And Chase the Skies could easily have fitted into this Mounts of Mayhem.
Oh, definitely.
Like, why have we split that? Like, they're not going to just come out and announce what they have at the time of recording last night without it having been known or planned way before when the Chase the Skies came out. Well,
Mhm.
I don't understand why they would split it. Is it just a case of, we want to hit 4 drops a year? Like, to me, that's too much. Like, that's every couple of months you're getting another update, and it's something that the mod developers then have to go and update more often. It's server owners have to go and update more often if they choose to, or the players on the server are, they're sort of missing out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still very much on the fence on the way they're doing it these days. I get it because the community gave so much backlash that this is how they're doing it. So I get that. But now I think they're running the risk of, you come into a Minecraft Live event, which is now run twice a year, and you get given or shown 2 things. Like, why? We didn't have a Minecraft Live event to announce Copper Age. Yes, okay, they showed it off the finished article at this Minecraft Live, but they didn't announce it via a Minecraft Live. Why do we need a Minecraft Live to announce 3 things from the Mounts of Mayhem? I just don't. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's there's a saying that it feels like it's being nickel and dimed. It's just being fed out piecemeal. But the thing is no matter what, I don't think you can please everybody. If you did package it together in a bigger drop or what's being called an update, people would find fault with it. If you're putting it in smaller packages, people will find fault with it. Out of all the drops this year, the Copper Age is probably my favorite. I think that was the most well thought out, but that makes me think you're right. At the beginning or last year, 2024, or the beginning of this year, I'm wondering if they already had these features on the docket, already in development. And I would, I'd personally like more insight to, what's on the docket, to build up hype, to know whether or not they're going to work on inventory. Is it in the planning stages? Are they going to work on the end? Is that in the planning stages?
I think that's going back more towards what it had been previously, more showing that, hey, this is what we're thinking, this is what we're working on, and we know how that ended up. The community going,
Right.
oh, you were thinking this and it didn't happen. So I get why I truly understand why they have pulled back, and it's us as the community's fault. 100%, it's our fault.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like with our episode, about waddles, um just out of context things that were said by Ulraf, and he talked about being a dev, and he would like to work on these things. He would like to work on different aspects, but he does not know when that's going to happen or if it'll happen. But then you get content creators that latch onto that and say, oh, this is proof that they are working on it. So I don't know.
I think going back to your hype thing though, like, I think these leaks that come out every single time and are accurate are part of this way that I honestly think it's the way that Mojang are now doing it to show us what's on the docket without being coming out and saying this is officially us. Let's just put it out as a leak. Because if you have a look at that Nautilus account, which, pretty much confirmed certain things, there's other things, this is on Twitter or X, there's other things that they've alluded to that was not revealed. And that account, I had a look at that account after it showed up in an Azuma video. And it did say that, it may not all be revealed at Minecraft Live, but, this is some stuff in the development cycle. I think all these leaks, whether it's Roger Badgerman or whatever they've been all these other times, I think it's just part of the Minecraft hype train. I really do.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe testing ideas with plausible deniability, so to speak. Like, they put stuff out that may not meet the final thing. That's the way I'm looking at those leaks, because it's too consistent for it to be anything else but. And if they really, really, really wanted to shut down the leaks, then
yeah, they would.
There are ways to do that. There are ways to do that. And I just think it's part of the hype train. I really do.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. You have to have some kind of excitement around the game. They've tried different things over the years, different ways of marketing it. I mean, that's social media really latches on to things that are, people get excited about. And then you have influencers that latch onto those things as well and push them. As long as they're legitimate, I don't mind. But I put over, since this drop cycle, I put less and less legitimacy or confidence in them, and I just like wait and see what we're given. Speaking of which, I mean, should we talk about what we were given?
I mean, it won't take long, but sure, let's.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm just going to start off with the thing I am most excited about in this drop. Is zombie horses. Believe it or not, zombie horses. They've been in the game for a long time in creative mode. One time, this is just a little story, little distraction. One time, Reimagine and I had a single player world. This is before Interrealms, and I think it was, a couple updates after horses were introduced, and we had just experienced our first 4 horsemen, and I didn't know that was a spawn egg. Those skeleton horses are a spawn egg, and then I saw the zombie horse, and it's a single player world. You play how you want. I went into creative mode and I spawned a zombie horse in, and she's like, "Where did this come from? This is in the game." I'm like, "No, it's not." She's like, "You cheated. You got into creative." And I'm like, "Yeah, why isn't the zombie horse in vanilla single player multiplayer?" But now it is. So I'm excited about zombie horses with zombie riders.
I've got to admit, it's something that's confused me. It's like, we've got a fully fledged mob here. Why is it not in the game? But yes, as you said, now it is.
Yeah.
So as you said, a zombie rider with a spear.
With another
new weapon.
Yeah. I think it's kind of like the Mace 2.0. That was my first gut reaction.
Same. Yep.
Of that. I fully expect enchantments to be, to come soon, or at least be able to put mending and unbreaking on it.
Yeah, look, I personally hope that they don't have specific enchants just for it, because I think we got enough. I think we've got enough enchantments that could fit the bill to put on a spear. Personally,
yeah. Well,
but I like the mechanics of it, like in terms of mini games and PvP mini games in particular. I think it's not a bad. I think it's going to be much more useful than the mace, but I still don't think it's going to replace your current weapons. Like, I don't know anyone that uses the mace. I don't know of anybody. Please, listeners, let me know if I'm wrong. I think the spear will get more use, but only in very specific settings. I still don't see it replacing, your sword or your axe. I don't see that.
Yeah. I'm going to make a prediction, and I might be right. We'll see. Or I might be wrong. I'm going to predict that they use the trident. Is it trident? Has like piercing and different certain trident enchants will go on the spear.
Yeah, and I think that's the most likely.
Yeah. Not sure how to feel about the Nautilus mob and the zombie Nautilus mob. If you're going to have trident wielding drowns riding around on zombie Nautilus, they're going to be even more of a menace. You know what I mean?
What I first thought when I saw that was, oh boy, hardcore just got harder.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That was my first thought, was like, oh, because, usually you can outrun them.
Mhm.
Even if this is the trident throwers, even if they're chasing you, you can generally outswim them. If they've hit your boat, you can still outswim them. On a Nautilus, I'm not sure you're going to be able to do that anymore. It's going to make it very, very difficult.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that they're doing this, because if you think about it logically, we've got a mount for the ground, we've got a mount in the nether, we've got a mount in the sky. So it makes sense that we would now have a mount underwater.
They do seem
Yeah.
faster than the Happy Ghast, which I'm happy. I'm happy, like a happy ghast with. They do seem faster than what those are. So that's cool.
Is it a boat killer? Do we not have boats anymore?
Well, that's how they advertised it. I think I saw a short saying, the boat will be forgotten. No one will use boats anymore. But I fully expect Ray's Works, if you're listening to this, I fully expect you to come up with a what is it? What do you feed the Nautilus?
Pufferfish.
Pufferfish. Ray?
Pufferfish.
Pufferfish farm. We're going to need that.
Yeah. Just yeah.
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 Is that
I'm not feeling it. Like it hasn't got me excited.
Is it giving you the Happy Ghast feels?
It's giving me gas feels. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. And it's going to be like the others. There'll be more stuff released the closer it gets, etc., etc. Yes, I get that. But this is like Minecraft Live, it's meant to be wow. It's got to have a wow factor. Like the Pale Garden, to me, it had a certain degree of wow factor.
It had a new biome. It had a new
biome. It had a new mechanic. It had a new blocks. It had implications. It had not as much as previous things, but it had a wow factor. This, I don't know. It's not satisfying my itch, if that makes sense.
When I first heard about it, I mean, before I even watched it, I heard some, I spoiled it for myself. I'll just go ahead and say it.
Of course you did. Of course.
So
naturally.
I was hoping after watching it, or that, okay, they are actually going to do, this is water update, ocean update 2.0, but not really. Okay, so the oceans haven't been touched in a while. Why not add a new biome? It could use a refresh. They're going through and refreshing certain things. Why not do something with the oceans? Give it a deeper ocean. Give it, I don't know. Listeners, what do you think?
I mean, there's more in an ocean already than what there is in the end. Like, before you did a complete ocean rework, surely we'd get an end rework.
Yeah, but again, what the Minecrafter, your average Minecrafter wants and would like is different from what the mind of Mojang thinks and would like in their game. They're wanting exploration. They're wanting to make more of the areas more inviting, places that are unexplored. That people will do that more. With this Nautilus, you won't have to worry about underwater breathing, unless you get off of it. But I don't know. It's so hard to predict what they're going to do next.
Look, let me be controversial.
Okay.
There is no point focusing on getting out and exploring your world, because vanilla Minecraft doesn't have a reason to get out and explore the world. Once you've got, I was going to use my current hardcore world as an example, right? I explored, I found my spot where to live that I wanted to live in.
Mm-hmm.
That is where I based. And it was like, okay, I need a desert. Explored, went and found my desert and my Badlands. there is no incentive for me in this world, which is only like 100 days in, 100 days old, which you can watch me play live on Twitch if you're interested. There's no incentive for me to go out and explore any further. All right, okay, maybe armor trims if I want to go and collect all the trims. Okay, maybe. But outside of that, within my little sphere of influence, I've got all the biomes I need. I've got all the resources I need. It's not like there's that many structures out there to go and find. You know, I've already found I found 2 mansions. I found 2 pillager outposts. I found a desert temple. I haven't found a jungle temple, but outside of the trim, I don't really need to worry about it. Like, what is the incentive for me to go and use these things to explore the world? There's not really much in a Minecraft world that warrants major exploration.
Yeah. You're not wrong. There are, I know in their mind, I'm trying to get in the mind of Mojang. In their mind, they've put in these things like trial chambers. You know, they have the existing things like mansions and pillager outposts and jungle temples and desert temples. But you're right. And ancient cities. You visit one once and you're like, okay, I've done it. I have really no desire to go out and do more of these same things because their generation is maybe a little bit more random, but they're still feel the same. So, you know, most people
I've been
stay
openly critical.
Yeah. Most people just stay in their base and work on their base, you know?
Yeah, and I've been openly critical of those sort of updates, like the ancient city. For the normal human being, once you've got your swift sneak and you've got your armor trim, there is zero reason to go back. And especially if you've yoinked yourself a catalyst while you're down there is zero need to go back. Like, knocking the warden off doesn't give you anything special other than a catalyst. So there's no point to go. Once you've done an ancient city, you've got those things. And more often than not, if you loot a full ancient city, you're going to get those. Usually more often than not on your first one, if not, maybe on your second. Same with the troll chambers, really. Like, once you've gone and got your mace, if you actually really need one, and that's the thing, you don't actually need a mace. Like, if you're in a solo player world, what do you need a mace for? What do you need a heavy core for? You probably don't.
Right.
Not on the current version anyway. So, look, and no, I know I said when the troll chambers first came out, you know, I can see that, you know, you're bored one night, you get the homies together and you go, let's just go run a troll chamber for some fun. It actually hasn't worked out that way. Like, they're not as fun as I was expecting them to be to run. Maybe that's the case because the loot's not great and it's repeatable. I don't know, but it certainly didn't turn out that way.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what there could be to change that other than an end update, you know, because that's one thing that people will continually go back to is their stronghold. Once they've found one stronghold and opened up the end, they'll go back there. They'll fight the dragon. They'll respawn the dragon many times. They'll go out and get shulkers, visit different end cities. So it does get visited many times over the length of a either single player or multiplayer world. But then you've got the ancient city, and it's got that, I don't know what it is, if it's a placeholder for something in the future or whatnot. If it's a portal to somewhere else, that's something I think needs to be addressed as well. So I don't know. We could sit here all day and be critical about, you know, the things that we don't get, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, we're still getting them for free.
That's what it always cycles back to. At the end of the day, we're still getting free stuff, free new stuff on the regular. And we can only be thankful for that. But the fact that we've sat here, you know, titled this Minecraft Live Reaction, and we've probably spent more time talking about previous updates than what we have Mounts of Mayhem, I think they need to reveal more about the next drop at Minecraft Live. That's just me personally. I think they need to reveal more than just that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, what's on the docket? What are we working on? Or, you know, I've said it before, a development roadmap. People love to see those when Kinetic Games comes out with one for Phasmophobia. That gets people excited for what's coming next. They know sometimes that it could be a year or so down the road, but they know that, hey, we're going to rework this. We're going to work on this. Other games like Enshrouded, they do the same thing. They really engage with the community and like, out of all these features, what would you like to see? What would you like us to work on next? And then, down the road, they implement those things.
Yeah, who knows? But, Mojang have decided to do what they do, how they do it. No thanks largely to us in the community. But look,
true.
We've got new stuff coming. It's always a good thing getting new stuff. I look at the things that revealed today and it's like, okay, probably the biggest thing that's going to have an impact on me as a player is going to be, there's a new mob at nighttime now that I need to fight. That's the main takeaway for me. I am not a PvP player. I can't see me using the spear unless it's in a mini game context, which I think could be a whole heap of fun. Actually jousting. I think that's probably not a bad thing, but the Nautilus, like, I can see uses for it, but again, I'm underwhelmed. I'm underwhelmed by this announcement because there's just not much to it, and we've had to pretty much pad out this episode because they didn't announce much.
Are you underwater underwhelmed?
I'm feeling a bit wet behind the ears. But what do you reckon our listeners think, Nina?
I don't know. I really don't know. Sometimes we get, we definitely get comments from Devara. Thank you, Devara, because yours are always well thought out. And sometimes your only comment is, okay, separate document incoming.
Yeah.
But yes, please, if you're listening to this or watching this on YouTube, there's this thing down below. It's called the comment section. And we'd really, really like for the people to voice their thoughts. Don't forget to give us the like. We know we've been getting people watching, so that's a thing. But we'd like your comments. Engage with us. You can do that in those comment sections of YouTube. Not so much on the other streaming podcast platforms, but YouTube is probably the best place to do it. We often do a feedback episode, but if you don't want to do that, you can come over to the Interrealms SMP community, SMP Discord. Talk to us there. If you don't want to do it in public, go on over to the email at minecraftlabpodcast@gmail.com or engage with us on the socials. You can do it at MC_lab_podcast on Twitter, Blue Sky, or Lab MC Podcast. What did I say? I think I screwed that up already. I was on a roll. MC Lab_podcast on Twitter, X, not Blue Sky, and MC Lab MC Podcast on Blue Sky. There, I got it.
Eventually, you got there. You definitely got there eventually. I'll give you
Man,
that.
I really thought I had this thing down. And then, of course, all these links and more can be found on the InterrealmsSMP.com website.
We got there, folks. We got there.
Yeah.
One
day I'll be a professional. One day I'll be a professional.
If only there was a script or something. If only we had that idea. Look, I know I've been overly critical of Minecraft Live and this, but at the end of the day, I am very thankful that, yes, we are still getting free updates on the regular for a 12, 15, however old it is game. Very thankful for that, even if it doesn't really satisfy my itch. But I do have one question to leave us on.
Mm-hmm.
If we unalive a Nautilus, are we going to get Nautilus shells?
I don't know, but what I do want to know is, can I tame a zombie horse?
Find out this and more as we find out more about Mounts of Mayhem over the coming months.
See you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
This has been a production of the Inner Realms Podcast Network. For more information, go to podcast.innerrealmssmp.com. You can see the full link in the description of this episode. Thank you for listening.
Have you watched it?
I watched it live because I was awake.
Oh, I did. I was in the middle of GlitterCon 2025 at Hobby Lobby.
It sounds like a Barbie thing, mate.
We were doing Christmas shopping for Christmas decorations in September. Don't tell anyone.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I know you. You'll use this at the end of the episode.
I 2 weeks ago walked through the shops and there was Christmas trees up, and it's like, you've got to be kidding me. And then we went down to the local hardware store. We have Bunnings here on the weekend. They got all their Christmas light stuff up. And I'm walking down the aisle going, because I was with my son, and walking down the aisle, and they've got going, oh, Christmas lights, oh no, it's too early, blah, 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 blah. I get to the end of the aisle, and what do? Go look at the Christmas lights.